Greetings, most honorable listeners and masters of the martial arts. I am Travis.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Big Los.
And this is CTE, and this is going to be an experience for you. And if this is your first time listening to us, we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour. And coming up October 15th will be America versus Europe at the Bristol Open. And they even just made another announcement today. It's Francesca Sessi?
Yeah.
Sessi? I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, from Italy, and she's on Team Proper. She will be representing Europe. So this lineup is starting to come together. We're going to have to do a recap probably next week because that'll be 2 weeks out.
They added Andres.
Yes, they added Andres Espinosa. Yes, that is correct. So the team is starting to come together. I want to take a look back and see if we can go deep, do a deep dive, possibly next week for October 15th. That's the Virtual Fight Tour over in Bristol. Chris.
Sir.
Los.
What up?
Happy Monday, guys. Happy Tuesday if you guys are listening to us when we drop. But how are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? How was your week? All that good jazz.
Seawalk, you can go first.
All right, Big Doug. Man, week was good. Weekend was good. It was just a pretty easy weekend. So I didn't have a whole lot of stuff to do other than being at the school and making sure everything here was good. So yeah, man.
Anything eventful happened to you?
No, not really. Nothing out of the ordinary or extraordinary. No.
I mean, you got 4 kids. I would think something out of the ordinary would just. 4 kids under 6, right?
Yeah, 6, almost 4, 2, and brand new. 4 months.
Yeah. See,
bro. But see, everything that happens is just normal for me. To me, it's all normal. That's what I said. To me. For me, it's a normal week. Like, I expect the unexpected. I know my plans are going to be, canceled or fall through, or I'm going to be late, or something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen.
Listen, with 4 kids, something's going to happen.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I was like.
We roll with the flow over here, Big Dog.
Yes, sir.
Jesus took the wheel, so that's just how it goes.
All right.
What about you, Big Los? You having an awesome week too?
Yeah, it was a good week, man. We obviously my foot's still working through that whole thing. It's a little frustrating. My wife had got my son some tickets to the Philly game, Phillies for Christmas. So we had to use them. Yeah, so we had to use them this season. We just couldn't find a weekend that worked for us up until this past weekend. So we went down there on Saturday, caught the game. That was pretty dope to be there. I've never been to a Phillies game. So that was pretty cool to be another Major League Baseball stadium.
So are the Flyers the only team in Philadelphia you haven't seen now?
I haven't seen the Flyers yet. Yeah.
That's the last team.
And honestly, when we was leaving the Philly stadium, they had a game.
Really? It's preseason already?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that'll complete everything, but that'll be pretty dope though, because everything in Philly is all right there too, right? So they got the football field, the basketball arena, and then the hockey arena is all the same.
Okay, I'm about to ask you. Yeah, okay, they're all the same. Okay, I was curious about that. Yeah, I haven't been to a Red Wings game. I've never been to a Red Wings game.
I haven't been to a professional hockey game. I've been to some.
Me neither.
But I've never been to a professional one. And I'm not even really a hockey dude because I don't like the cold. But I mean,
is it cold in there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's cold.
I didn't know that. I just
ice.
It'd be comfortable. Yeah, but I think it'd be comfortable. Like I remember being at Super Grands and it was on the ice rink, and we were sitting in the stands at some point. And I don't remember it being cold at that point. But this, that's
because the ice was covered.
Yeah, but I remember standing on that sucker and it was cold. You remember? Look, it was cold standing on that thing.
Yeah.
Like sitting on and then sitting there waiting, like, oh God, I remember that, man. That was what 99, I think. Yeah.
So anyway, so it was a good time, man. My son, he's a big Bryce Harper fan, so you got to see Bryce Harper hit a home run, which is pretty cool. They lost, but as a whole, though, it was a good time, man. We had a good time. Then on Sunday, we went to the Philly Zoo on the way back home. I had my little knee scooter, so I was able to kind of get around with that. Nice. It was a lot easier than trying to walk with these crutches. So yeah, we had a good little weekend.
Sounds good.
How about you, Trav?
Right.
I'm in isolation right now. Down here.
Bunker down. You're in a bunker.
Yeah, I'm down here in Fort Lauderdale, man, just chilling. I actually, I thought about going up to my end, but I decided not to. I saw how it was a 3.5 hour drive. I didn't feel like driving. I did think about going
from
up there.
Lauderdale to Orlando.
Yeah, it said 3 hours to wherever it was, like Daytona Beach.
Daytona. That's right. It was Daytona.
Isn't Daytona Beach?
Up.
Yeah, straight up 95. So I thought about it, but I was like, I don't feel like driving. I was like, no, I'm good. Honestly, and then on Sunday, I really wish I did go because I just wanted to get footage and see some certain things for something I'm working on. Got a new show coming out. That's what I've been working on this whole weekend. And it's basically Sports Center. This is basically a Sports Center show. Recapping what happened at different tournaments. We got some good footage from the King of New York that happened this past weekend, and we're going to get into that. And of course, we can't use certain people's footage because they'll, be mad at us. So I decided not to. I was like, I'm not going to touch their footage. So I took some, some pictures and stuff like that. So I thought about going up there and just getting some stuff, but no, I didn't. Honestly, because it was just too much.
Was it though?
Huh?
Was it too much though?
Yeah.
Like what was too much for it?
Because I got these doggone. Is hurricane coming? I ain't never.
Everybody in Florida's got the hurricane coming. They still went.
Exactly. They used to this. I ain't used to this.
That's not no.
So
if a hurricane was coming,
they can do it. You be all right.
Hey, look. Look, I got nothing in this house. I had to go grocery shopping. I had to go get.
Oh, I smell it.
Yeah, you smell a man. Is what you smell. You smell cojones. Is what you smelling. That's what you're smelling. Smelling must. Man feet. That's what you smelling.
I smell a little Hello Kitty going on right now.
No.
Yeah.
No. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna go up there, man. I'm gonna go ahead and chill out.
He said the hurricane.
It's not even a hurricane yet. It's a topical.
He said the hurricane coming. He said the hurricane coming on Thursday. I ain't going up this Sunday.
Is it a Cat 1 yet? What is the category? What category is it right now?
Right now it's at 1. Right now it's at 1. It's at 1.
It might die out before it even gets there.
No. Actually, no. It turned. So they changed the projection.
I know it's turning up. It's going to go through the middle of Cuba. Yeah.
It originally, I thought that they were talking about it was coming straight up Florida.
Run up the East Coast. Like, even out of 3, you'd be fine.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, man. I'm like, dang. All right. Well, it is what it is. So I had never dealt with this stuff before. It is what it is. Low sitting up there and cold. I can deal with what you go through, Los. All right. I can deal with the little snow. I can deal with all that. I'm accustomed to dealing with that.
Give me back my rain, and we'll be all right.
Actually, it's coming towards y'all too. It's landing in Atlanta too. It's supposed to hit y'all, but it's gonna be tropical depression at that point.
It's not gonna be. It'll be rain.
Tropical depression.
Yeah, it'll be tropical depression
be
by
rain.
the time we get to Atlanta.
Tropical depression.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be that by the time we get up there. But it is what it is, man. But yeah. So I was doing that, man. I did find out something.
What did you find out, Trav?
My mom had called me and she told me, she was like, "Oh, see, now you on that Patreon. I can't even listen anymore." I'm like, "Mom, you was listening?" So yeah, I need to know what you was doing.
Wow.
I was like, wait a minute. I was watching and listening. I was like, wait, what? I said, now I feel a little bit better because before I was like, mom don't listen to this. Like Chris, Mama Walker listens, Jeff's mom listens. I was like, all right, so
my mom ain't listening. You gotta worry about that.
I saw it. I was like, all right. She said she still she listen to Jinx, but so she don't understand how to work the the podcast game. So it's like she don't really understand.
Made it difficult for her.
Yeah. So she don't understand.
You added too many steps to the process.
Yeah, all you gotta do is listen to the podcast. Like, that's it. Instead of going on Facebook and listening. So she was like,
I ain't doing all that.
Yeah. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, no. I was like, that's on Patreon, man. You don't went on the Patreon or whatever.
Cussing you out.
I was like, hey, I didn't know you were listening. All right, I didn't know you were listening, Mom.
That's awesome.
But yeah. So, but yeah, man. But yeah, that was pretty much my week, man. Down here getting stuff, trying to look around. I don't think I did anything else crazy. Oh, I did go to. I dropped a hard drive with all our
hard drive
with all our shows on it.
Dropped it like in the water.
Nah, it just hit the ground. I picked it up, plugged it back in. It wasn't working, and I was like, "Yo, what is happening?" So I was like, "All right." So I went to Best Buy.
Geek Squad.
I was trying to find a small computer fixer place around. I saw a couple places, and every one I went to, it was not there. It did not exist. So I was like, "All right, well, let me just go to Best Buy, go to Geek Squad," and dude was like, it was going to be, he's like, it's gonna be $500, and we got to send it out to a data recovery
specialist or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I said, dude, I did this before. It was like $100 when I went to one of these other places, and I was like, it's no way in hell I'm giving you $500, and it's gonna take me about 2 months before I get my stuff back. Yeah, no, screw that. So I was like, all right, skip that. I got to figure out a way to open this sucker up, and I'm just going to take the hard drive out myself and plug it up, link it up, and get the stuff off, and then put it onto another hard drive. I've done it before. I just never done this one with this one. So it's hard drive's a hard drive, so I'll just do it myself. Screw them. I'm not paying them $500 for data recovery. Screw that. I'll download all these doggone shows before I get them $500, man. That's they lost their doggone mind for that. But yeah, I'll figure it out my damn self. Anywho, yeah, and I already had a problem with them anyway. Jerks. All right, but anyway, nah, man. I bought a wash and dry for my parents, and they never gave me my money back when I took it back. So it's like been sitting there like over $2,000 just sitting there like talking about I need to make a payment on them. I'm like, I'm not paying y'all. Y'all supposed to give me my refund back. Y'all didn't. So woosah. Anyway.
Whew. Hey, I got my refund. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it better come out through this week. I was up there.
Hella high water.
I was up there for like an hour trying to talk to these people, and that's when. Then after that, the dude was talking about $500 to get the. I was like, you got to be out your damn mind. There's no way in hell this is happening. So whatever. Geek Squad is a scam. Anyway, next
item of business. What do we got?
All right.
This weekend.
Yes, we can. We had a lot of different tournaments. I mean, a couple of different tournaments that happened this weekend.
Odd, but a couple.
Well, it was a lot that I just don't know what happened at these tournaments. I went and looked at the websites. I went to Uventex, went to Mad Action, and just looked to see what tournaments were actually happening during that weekend. And it was actually a fair amount of tournaments that actually happened this weekend. But the two big ones that we want to talk about in our world, King of the New York and Mayan Challenge. We're going to start off with King of the New York. King of New York. Do you guys have any idea what happened at King of New York?
I know. Bailey won.
Yeah. Yes, Bailey did win. Yes. So Angel was there in the house. He recorded a lot of stuff. So where you guys want to start? Forms or fighting?
Let's do some forms, bro.
All right, forms. I'm glad you guys both said forms. All right.
Because listen, the young lady won.
Maddie Kennaway.
Yes.
Maddie Kennaway, 15 years old, went up and won forms grands for women. Now, here's the thing. So she did her form in traditional forms, right?
Right.
Against Amber Rutherford and Brooke Matisse.
Okay.
Amber won traditional.
Right.
So Maddie went into the open division, did her form with music.
Musical division, yeah.
And won. And won. Did a traditional form to music and won. And Brooke won 30 plus forms grand. So now it was these three. And Maddie beat out Amber in grands. When Angel sent me the videos, I'm like, is this a division? Because they both doing traditional forms. Like where we at here? He was just like, nah. So he's like, this is what happened. He had to tell me what actually happened because I was confused. I was super confused. Everybody was doing traditional forms. I say I had not seen this before like that. So it was kind of threw me off. But is there a discussion about doing a traditional?
There has been a discussion. Jeff brought that up before because that happened at another tournament. I think Diego won musical forms with his traditional form, or something happened to that, and that was a discussion because he's like, man, I don't, it's a musical form because it's a musical form, but I don't know.
It seems a little odd, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's like, I mean, there's a division for that, but technically there are 3 divisions for the creative, extreme, and musical people. Why can't a traditionalist do?
But this one was just open. It was just open. It was just open. But in there, she did it with music too.
I don't know.
Los, you look confused.
I don't know in the criteria of the open division how that would win with the criteria of the open division. I don't know.
I honestly don't know, man. Like this is the whole thing is confused. I'm not a forms competitor, so I would defer to Christopher, our resident forms person, Chris.
It's an open division.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can do whatever you want.
Correct.
I guess. Yeah.
Why is that a problem? I don't understand.
I guess it's not. It just seems odd, right?
Why does it seem odd? It's open. You can do whatever you want. I could do a kung fu form. I could do a traditional form. I could do creative form. And if I want to add music, I can add music.
What is okay? Let me ask you this then.
Okay, ask. I'll give you the answer.
If it's a traditional division, then there's the open division.
This is no different than what it was back in the day.
I was about to say that it's like in the 80s, yes. It was traditional,
90s.
and then it was open.
90s, there was American, Korean, and Japanese. I think were the 3 divisions, and then they eventually added in musical.
So what was American? The open?
I always thought it was just traditional and open.
Maybe
like,
I don't know.
In our area, it was traditional open. So they had some of the other
divisions
and stuff, right? But it was traditional open, so you could do a traditional form in an open division,
right?
Like I literally used to make my kids do their traditional forms in the open division because we didn't have traditional uniforms. Right? We didn't have the all white uniform. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna do this form. It's a traditional form, but you can do it open division.
Because there were only when I was coming up, there was only 3 divisions: weapons, forms, and fighting, and you just did whatever you did in the division. So it is what it is.
So the branch off from that was they added open.
Right, so they kept it a traditional division and an open division. So the traditional, you couldn't do more than 2 kicks in one direction and all that jazz, and then the open, you could do all the rest of it.
When I was coming, it wasn't even like that. It was like
when I was coming up, it was just forms, weapons,
fighting, and weapons. Yeah,
that was it. It wasn't all this.
But eventually, eventually, it had to change to where they added some of the other stuff
because people were doing creative stuff that were
the flips, and people were like, "Yo, I'm doing."
Not just that; they were doing high multiple kicking. It was it wasn't just the flips. He was doing a
spinning in a circle.
You know what, Los? I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you did that.
And then fall into the split. Boom.
I'm glad you did that. You know why I'm glad?
Why?
I'm still trying to figure out why people do that. Why do people make that noise?
What?
Yes. Why are they making that noise? Sitting there, their kicks make that noise. Why are they making their mouth try and act like they're going faster? What is that?
Oh, because
it
gets you involved. It's like a Batman sound effect.
But
pow!
Stop! Your kicks and your punches should make your uniform. Your kicks and your punches should make that sound, not your mouth.
All head. All head. Come on, fam.
I'm sorry.
So you mean you're not snapping and touching your body when you're doing the blocks and stuff?
I don't understand. Like, I mean, you should get penalized for making that noise.
Why?
Because you're just
The sound effect.
You can't make your body makes the sound effect, not your mouth making the sound.
That's my body.
You're supposed to exhale on each technique so your body and your muscles contract and
I'm exerting a level of a ki.
No, you're going to ki. You don't ki. There's different levels. It's not making you go faster. Okay,
subdued ki.
It's not making you go faster.
There's a loud, elevated ki. Then there's a subdued ki. There's a subdued.
You know what it is? It's BS. Is what it is. That's what it is. It's BS. My man said I'm subdued. Y'all trying to make it look like y'all going faster than y'all really are. You're not. You're not trying to make it go stronger than y'all really are. You're not.
That's a level.
And there's levels to this, fam.
It's BS is what it is.
You mean you don't breathe when you do your forms? You just hold your breath and
Nope. Travis never goes.
No, I don't. I don't go. You know what? Hold on. You know why I don't do that? Because my uncle yelled at me and told me I can't do that. I was doing what I was doing. He's like, "What are you doing? You're not going faster." So yes, no, that's exactly why I don't.
He said you're not going faster.
What does that sound? Stop it! Like, all right.
Oh,
that's what they do. This is what we're supposed to do, right? Like,
we all have to go through your trauma.
You're damn right. If I had to go,
because you weren't allowed to breathe when you did karate, you had to hold your breath and not drink no water.
You still breathe, but you can't. That's not breathing. That's spitting. You spit. That's spitting. That's what you're doing. That's disgusting. In the day of COVID, that should be not allowed. Okay.
We ain't talking about COVID, we're talking about 90s.
We're not in the 90s anymore. Coming to the 20s. The roaring 20s. Anyway, the soaring 20s, whatever it is. All right.
I'm glad I brought it up, though.
I'm glad you did.
Me too. Me too.
Jesus.
I was glad you brought up the kicking patterns in general. Just why don't people do that anymore?
Because they can't. Like, yeah.
What did you say?
I don't think they
can't.
You can't kick like that.
Did they hear me in the back?
No.
Okay.
Because you said they can't kick like that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. They can't. They don't practice it. You know what they practice?
They gotta do the 9 flips in a form. 6 of them got twists, and 3 of them land in a split or on their knee in some variety.
But what if someone can do a combination of that and that old school dynamic kicking?
There are a couple that are trying, like I don't know if Salif kicks like that, but yeah, that'd be fire. Listen, if you can throw swing through, cork, land in a split, pop up, chop punch, high punch, spin, land, stick a side kick, and then pop, and then get back into something.
No, you go pop, and then you can't say pop though. You gotta actually have some other kind of sound. It's got to be
nothing. It's got to be my pant legs doing the pop.
Exactly. It got to be a fan.
I gotta wear the 10-ounce brush cotton. No. We ain't doing the 14 boy. We're not doing the Iron Man. We gotta do the 10-ounce brush cotton. It sounds nice. Don't worry about it.
No. Travis
said no, sir.
7-ounce.
Matter of fact, and hey, guess what? Don't point your toes when you're doing the front kick.
Hey, you better use a ball of the foot round kick.
The ball of your foot, curl them toes back in the ball of the foot, not them pointing the toes thing, ballerina stuff.
You said ball of the foot.
Because you would break all the toes, all the feet.
Yes. This is karate, people.
He ain't got no ankle flexibility. He ain't got no flexibility in his ankle at all.
Bro, I don't think kids can pull their toes back like that no more.
Does anybody? Do your kids have a way of break? Do you have them breaking with a front kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, use a
I don't know. Some people that might. I see people stomping nowadays and doing side kicks all the time. I don't know if they do front kicks anymore for breaks.
Yeah, front kicks, side kicks, axe kicks, hook kicks. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's move on to back to the King of New York.
Yeah, that's where we're at, right? King of New York.
Yo. All right, let's get on to Weapons was won by Amber Rutherford. She beat out Aaron and Brooke. Now, here's the thing. Brooke is pregnant. She was out there competing pregnant. Exactly. She had her I think it was a bow or I'm not sure. Hold on, I gotta pull it up real quick.
You said a bow or what?
It was a bow.
And
it was a bow. Yeah. Well, what?
Aku.
Aku. Yeah. Aku. Yeah. No. She was out there, man. She was out there, doing her form and everything. Third trimester.
God bless.
Yeah, I was like, yo.
Trevor, any time to have a sound effect?
I know, right? I don't even have my thing here.
She just went right there, just so you know.
Of course. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, she can, absolutely.
100%.
Just the fact that she did it, man. I was like, wow, she's actually out here competing.
Love
doing
it.
this. That's wild to me. But yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. She won 30 plus forms and weapons, women's forms and weapons. So congratulations to Brooke. All right, let's get into the fighting. All right. So there were some good fights there.
Yes, as could be imagined.
Yeah, there's open weight. There was grands. For women's grands, women's open weight, men's grand, men's open weight. So let's start with open weight. First fight in open weight that I saw that was a between notable people was Darren and Tyreek.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. They were going back and forth for a little bit. Darren's left leg caught a Tyreek with through a triple kick and then switched it over to an axe kick, slapped him with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty nice. Then he came out and started kicking again. Tyreek hit him with a jump back side kick straight to the body. Like it was just bam, slid right into his guard. How he got the point for it, I don't know. It was on the back. It was on the backside, but it landed. It was nice. They continued to fight a little bit more. Tyreek took over towards the end and won 12-9. Andres fought Bailey. Bailey won. Toward the end, he was bounced, just dancing around the ring at the one point. Caught him with a couple of head kicks, blitzes. Just different level there. Then it was Tyreek and Bailey for open weight grand. Bailey won.
Okay.
He did win. I wasn't sure what the score was. I didn't see. They didn't pan over to the score, but for the most part, it was back and forth at the beginning, and then Bailey got a cushion. Tyreek tried to come back, but it was too late, and Bailey ended up winning. Couple good shots in there for those guys. So that was a good fight. Moved over to women. I want to say this young lady's name correctly. I know I'm probably gonna butcher it. Her name was Yana. Let me go to the where we at? Yeah, here we go. Her name is Yana Me Saint Andre from Canada. First fight in open weight was her and Brianna Nurse.
Okay.
Yo, Brianna was dropping leather, but Yana was not backing off. She got dropped probably about 2 or 3 times. Took some shots.
Shots. Okay.
Yeah, she took some shots. But then every time Brianna would score, Yana would score, and it was tied. And they had to go to overtime. Okay. And Brianna waited. I think she was waiting to try and catch her coming in, and Yana blitzed her off the line.
2-2.
Got her. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And Brianna lost. So then it was Yana versus Karina. Okay. Karina Balan. From Canada. She's now on Straight Up. Canada. Yeah, she's on Straight Up now. Yeah, she's on Straight Up. Yep.
Because she had a great showing at American, right?
Yeah, she had a good showing. So Karina was out there, and that one once again went to overtime. It was 4-4. They were battle. They went back and forth, and This time, Karina didn't let Yana get off the line. She bounced, just went straight with a reverse punch blitz. Yana was trying to do a back fist. She went slid right past her. Got the body. Yeah, got the body shot. It was clean, super clean. And then it was
when overtime shots are clean.
Yeah, it was definitely clean. Then it was Karina had to fight Tahira. In this fight, Karina's experience took over early because she got up on her, kicked her in the head twice, kicked Tahira in the head twice, and then kind of laxed off where Tahira started to come back toward the end. But it was too late at that point. She would get back to the line to hurry up and blitz right off the line, but Karina was taking her time getting back because she was just trying to let the time go out.
Playing the game that you said the experience. I mean, score quick and then kind of keep the lead.
Yeah. Yep. And then that was it. So at that point, Karina won open weight. So that was Bailey and Karina both won open weight, both from straight up. Both took that title. Then we get into the divisions. Now, I'm not sure what the women's divisions were, but the fights I did, the fight that I did see that came back was Brianna and Yana. So they had to fight again.
Okay.
Different outcomes, close fight, different outcome on this one.
So they open weight before the divisions?
Huh?
They open weight before the divisions?
Yeah, they open weight before. Yeah. So this time it was Brianna was more locked in, I think, a little bit more. I mean, so I think she might have underestimated Yana, but this time she was a little bit more locked in. But it was still a very close match.
Right.
Brianna won
better adjustments and
Yeah, Brianna won 7-5. Then it was. Hold on, let me make sure. I think. Yeah. Oh, every fight here was 2 rounds.
Yes. I was going to say that. I saw that posted, and I knew that Jesse was doing it.
Yep. Every fight here, it was 2 rounds.
Or spread, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me make sure. And then Brianna and Tahira fought.
Okay.
And Tahira lost to Brianna. I do not remember the score. I did not actually dive into that fight yet to watch it.
Okay.
And actually, I didn't watch the rest of these yet. Because Karina fought Sabia from Keith McKinley School. Yep. Right. Karina beat her, and then Karina fought Brianna, and Karina beat Brianna. And each one of these fights has 2 rounds. So yeah, I have to go back and watch all of this. I have not had a chance because I've been doing a lot of work here, so I didn't get a chance to watch all of these particular fights. But I do want to go back and watch those eventually. All right. And then I'll tell you who won the divisions in the men because it was 6 divisions. So Andreas won super lightweight.
Okay.
Tyreek won lightweight. Okay. Bailey won light middle. Darren won middle. Billy Smart from the Clerks, he won light heavyweight. And then Jarvis Miller won heavyweight.
Wow.
Yeah. Jarvis came out and
came out and fought. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So he won heavyweight. So then it was Andreas and Tyreek. Tyreek won that fight. Bailey and Darren. I did watch this fight. Bailey won. Bailey definitely won. Bailey won. It wasn't like it was not a good fight, but it wasn't that close. It wasn't. It was Bailey was in control of that fight, if I remember correctly. Anyway, Billy didn't fight in the grands against Jarvis, so that left Jarvis versus Bailey, and Bailey won.
Bailey won that fight.
And
So
then
that gives us down. It gives us Tyreek and Bailey. Right?
Yep, that's what it came down to. Tyreek and Bailey again for the overall, and Bailey beat Tyreek in that fight, in that grand match. Overall, they had a good turnout, good fight. So once again, Karina and Bailey won again, straight up, swept that event, taking both open weights and both grand championships.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a good turnout there. Had a good turnout, good fights. Java versus Anthony Merricks. They fought out for 30 plus. Java bested Ant in that division. I think it was 12-9 or something like that. Something to that effect. I got to look back at that fight, but yeah, they had 2 rounds going in. But yep. And I think that was it for the King of the Ring. No, Sam Diaz won 30 plus forms. Joey Castro won 30 plus forms grand. I mean 18 plus forms grand. Yep. And I think that's it. If I'm not mistaken, let me look one more time to make sure.
No, that should be everything except for women's 30 plus, because we got
Brooke won that. Brooke Matisse won.
Brooke. Oh, you said that. My bad. You said she won 30 plus forms in. Well.
Yeah. Nice. Amber won weapons grand. Yeah, Amber won weapons grand. Right. Amber Rutherford won women's weapons grand. It was her, Aaron Smith for open, and Brooke. Those are the 3 ladies who went for weapons grand. And I think that is it. Yep, and that's it for the King of New York, man. So there's going to be videos coming out this week about what happened at that event. I'll post those soon. A lot of editing going on over here, man. I got to get Chris up to. I got to get up to date.
Willie Marshall won 50 plus.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I did see him there.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I got tagged in the post actually, so I we can't leave out my man Willie. Willie is religious coming here on Sundays for training, man. This dude is here every week.
That's what you got to do to be better, man. To be good, to be great.
I rock with that, man. That's a good dude.
Sir. I think that was it for King of New York. All right. So the other tournament, Mayan Challenge. All right. I've reached out to Jeremy to get everything because I watched some of the stuff. But we got everything. Shout out to my man Ronald Zabala. He won open weight down there.
Yeah.
He won open weight.
He's on Velocity.
Yep. Yes, that's right. He got picked up. He is now on Team Velocity. So congratulations to Ronald. And speaking of Team Velocity, they won teams.
Yes, they did.
Yep, they won teams. The heavyweight person who won heavyweight was Brian Rodriguez. Brian won heavyweight. Middleweight was Christian Rivas. Lightweight was Rashad.
Boom.
Yep. Black Mamba. Shout out to Rashad. Forms Grand was Connor Chastain. He won, and he won weapons. He doubled up. He won Forms Grands and Weapons Grands down there. The 18 to 20 was won by BJ Taylor. All right. Jasmine Friedman, 2nd year in a row, she won Women's Grand. Extreme Weapons was Rashad. Traditional Weapons was Miguel Quinones.
Yeah.
Creative Weapon was Connor Chastain. 30 plus weapons was my guy Drew Derek Bisbee. Give me those points, Drew. if this tournament counted,
I got Connor, baby, and Rashad. I'm good. Need money. And I had
Emmanuel Aranjo won 30 plus fighting, and he bowed out to BJ Taylor for the fight grands. And then it was Christian, BJ, Rashad, and Brian, and Christian came out and won. I haven't watched that. I haven't finished watching that video yet to see how everything went out. But yeah,
the Ronald and Christian fight was a good fight.
That was the last fight.
They're in a 5x5 ring.
Jeez, you can't even lay down in that.
Listen with the length of Christian, like, bro, I
Yeah,
take one step back, the sidekick, and I'm out of the ring.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
tough.
that was the one thing that I noticed. I thought it looked, because I was counting the mats. I was like, dang, that was 5x5. It is.
Jeez.
You got to get at least 6 to 6.
Yeah,
But ain't no running around.
Nope.
Fight.
You gotta stand there. You gotta fight. You gotta show out.
And they were the USA Sport Karate is the first group to do the 1 foot in, 1 foot out rule.
So as soon as you go take 1 foot out, you're out.
Yeah, you out of bounds. You're out of bounds. Like in football,
I mean, every other sport does it that way.
Exactly. Football, basketball, your toe hits the line, you're out of bounds. So I mean,
yeah, that's what happened to Jimmy Garoppolo last night. He was out of bounds.
Los, did you go to the Eagles game last Monday night?
No.
I meant to ask because you weren't on here last week.
I didn't go to the game.
He said I didn't go to the game.
Giants in Dallas tonight. I'll be here.
Yeah, you know. How about them Cowboys?
I thought Detroit was gonna pull it off yesterday.
Of course not, man.
Oh man,
he said, "How could you?"
I laughed at that. I'm shocked when they win like that. Like when they're up and they win, I'm shocked. Like, how did y'all not blow this? Yeah, y'all, everybody getting all hyped over. Yeah, Dan Campbell got him. Yeah, like, yeah, okay, they still suck. It's the Lions, bro. Like, it's chill, relax. It's the Lions. You don't just change 70 years or 60 years of trash
overnight.
Just because you're we're gonna be gritty. Like, dude, you're not the first person who came in here who said that. All right, let's just stop. Anyway.
See, you sent him down another spiral.
I hope so. Hey, look, man.
No, he said I sent you down another spiral. My bad, Chris. My bad, Chris.
Thank you, Los.
My bad, Chris.
Hey.
My bad. Yeah, you're right.
Y'all saying I'm spiraling? That's going to be the name of this episode? Travis is spiraling?
No, like I was just saying in general.
No.
Dude, so much trauma.
Hey,
Chris, you got so much trauma, man. From breathing when you're doing your kicks to the Detroit line.
You're not
Boy, that's like 70 years.
Look, he's spitting. I knew that was coming.
Stop breathing. It's spitting. All right? Stop spitting. All right.
So what if you go, how's that work?
You sound like a panting dog. You're panting. You're not breathing. You sound like a panting dog. That's what you sound like. I don't know what to say. Sound horrible. Disgusting. All right, Los, this is for you because Chris was on last Tuesday, right? I want to get your thoughts. We sat there and said, hey, look, can only put 20 people in the Hall of Fame, right? And then there was this debate that was happening about who can go in the Hall of Fame, who cannot go in the Hall of Fame. So I want to get your quick thoughts about some of these people.
Is this fighters?
No, people, period. Karate people, anybody in sport karate, forms, fighting, weapons, coaches, influences.
So they had to nominate. Matter of fact, Los, if you had to nominate somebody, your first person, who would you nominate that needs to go into Hall of Fame?
Like my first person?
Your first person you would say.
It'll be that's going to names.
All right, that is an acceptable answer. Okay. That is an acceptable. Who else would you say? I'm going to see how far down we can go down before we get to.
He's not even going to get there. Not even close. Not even close.
But no, who would be the second person? I'm going to give you 3. Top 3 people.
I'm just going off my generation, what I saw, and who I would say would be like that level. I would go probably Jotty, then I'll probably go Jason, and then Trevor.
All right. So
that would be like probably if I would say my generation I'm looking at, that would be my 5. Like honestly, I don't know enough the older fighters who have been around for a long time. You know, obviously I know, Coach and all. I know them just from their reputation, what I heard and see about them, but I've never seen them like that.
Who would you say would be your first forms or weapon person?
My first forms Hall of Fame person?
Yeah.
Yep.
Me from my era would be John Valera.
Acceptable answer.
That's an acceptable answer. All right. So the person who had the first nomination, because it was Chris.
Don't say Angel.
Angel.
And then say Alex.
No, and Jeff Doss. They were all so with how the format was like this. You had to nominate somebody and then make a case for why they had to be in there, and the other two were going to judge and say, "Hey, I agree."
Yes or maybe.
Yes, no,
or
or
no.
maybe.
Yes, no, or maybe.
Yes, no, or maybe. And then if it came to a consensus of those two, I mean, all three said yes, then they were in. If it was a no, two no's, they weren't in. If it was a yes and a maybe, I would be the decider. Okay, I would jump in and say, "Hey, yes or no," right?
Mm-hmm.
Angel went first. Angel's first person was Matt Emmett. I was shocked.
That was the first person that came to his.
That was the first person that came to his mind. So we're like, dog, no.
And then Gabe.
Yeah.
Leonard Dantley. Okay.
So yeah, we went through here. These are all the names that he elected. Mike Conroy. Yeah, but here's the names that were left off. So we got 15. We got 15 that were consensus, and now we still have.
We might have to like make an adjustment on some of these though, because
you have 15 that's a consensus, and you have all these other people sitting there.
We still have all these other people that still who are not been voted in so far, and these we got 5 slots left. So we got Mafia, Richard Plowden, Billy Blanks, Ming Lu, Jerry Fontanez, Keith Vitale, Mike Stone, John Sharkey, Hector Santiago, Richard Brandon, Terry Creamer, Don Rodriguez, Keith Hirabayashi, Alfie Lewis, Esteban Curley. Huh?
Alfie Lewis?
Uh-huh. Caitlin DeShell, Ed Parker, Larry Carnahan, Boy Slidell, Anthony Price.
Anthony Price isn't up there?
He's not on there. Joe Pena, Mike Chat, Carmichael Simon. Those are the people who are fighting for the last 5 slots in our Hall of Fame.
And as I said, some of them might have to be adjusted from obvious yeses to maybes.
So
and you got Matt Emmett up there?
Matt Emmett was a maybe. A maybe.
So he's fighting for those slots as well.
He's fighting, yeah. So the maybes that are fighting for the slots are Matt Emmett, Pedro Xavier, Mike Conroy, Calvin Shoka, Ernie Reyes Jr. So those are the maybes. And if you guys want to hear the rest of the people who were nominated, go to the Patreon.
Was Mike Conroy a better competitor and coach than Plowden? And Anthony Price?
He was not a better competitor. We can start there.
Maybe? I mean, maybe as a coach or
Angel put him in is because of his coaching ability and his impact outside of, because he did WCL, he did the boxing, and things outside of that, and he always had different teams as far as the coaching goes.
Okay,
and he would take teams, people who you'd never even heard of or weren't, I don't say winning, but they were winning, but they weren't.
Never expect that team to win.
Yeah,
they might not be. The 3 people might not really win their division a lot, but they win.
But they will win teams. So they were looking at it from that. Angel make that case.
I mean, Trevor won a lot,
but I would not. But yeah, he's talking about after them. He's talking about the full circle days, the Wazaroo days. Like he got the best out
Cass and Ross won a lot. Won what?
Yeah, that was
Ross did, but
Ross Hamed, Jason Grenier, Ryan McGriff, like a lot of those dudes.
They were all were solid fighters already.
Yeah.
So that was his argument.
Okay,
right.
How did you get Matt Emmett up there though? Like, how did Matt Emmett be like one of the?
I was shocked. Look, I was shocked that he was number 1. Like that was the first person he came to his mind.
I can understand maybe because of his impact with the nunchucks and extreme and being able to do all that stuff, but not number 1. He wasn't in my top 10.
No, he wasn't in the top 10.
He was down towards the end of the list actually, because I'm thinking, because for me it's my era before.
Was John Blair not on the list?
No.
Oh.
You just nominate whoever you want. So the fact, I think John Valera. Well, I'm not gonna say if he made it or not. You guys gotta listen to it unless you heard what we said about in the names. But
right.
So Matt was the first person he nominated, which was crazy. It was kind of wild to me. It's like, wait, what?
But I mean, I guess if that's his era of what, like, I thought John Valera was one of the most dynamic form competitors I've probably ever seen. I mean, there was quite a few people back in those days, though, bro. Like
that had a major impact
Douglas,
on Bernardo wasn't even named yet. Hadn't been named.
Oh wow!
So it's like, wait, what? The first person. That's literally like, I'm trying to think of it's like you saying I'm picking Tracy McGrady out of all basketball players.
I'm gonna start calling Angel academics.
Oh, DJ.
Academics. Skip Bayless and academics.
Oh goodness gracious! You be saying the wildest
Skip
stuff.
Bayless and
academics. Wild stuff ever.
That's what we're gonna start calling
and Skip. Like goodness.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, but nah. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon so y'all can watch that and listen to it and watch us debate over that because that was a fun show. We had to cut it short. We only did like an hour 15, I think, because we were going longer. And I was like, all right, we're gonna have a part 2 because I was getting to the point. I was like, yo, y'all only got like 6 slots left, and there's a whole bunch of names I'm thinking about that nobody's mentioned yet. So yeah, we probably
since we've done that, like me and Jeff have gone back and forth and just started talking about like, can we add these names like. Because it's gonna be another hour show, like
probably so. Y'all gonna have to. It's 5 slots
there's gonna
left.
be there's some people that like gotta be adjusted.
I'm gonna have to try and figure out. It's up to you guys to figure that out. I'm just a judge. Angel called me biased. He called me biased and stuff. I'm like, yo, wait,
you can be a little biased sometimes though.
Hey, sir, I was being.
Nobody in his family was mentioned at that.
Nobody. No, that's what I'm saying.
There was no obvious bias.
Like, that's what I'm like. He's like, oh, he's biased though. I'm like, what? Why am I biased? How did that happen? Like, all right,
came up different.
Yeah, like this is crazy. But yeah, it's up to y'all about how all that plays out or whatever. But make sure you guys subscribe to this Patreon so we can do that. All right. I think that might be it. Unless you guys got anything else.
I got nothing.
Talk about. Hey, look, Los, she was over there half falling asleep.
Yeah, I was falling asleep, bro. It's that time.
Hey, how's your leg?
It's all right.
Are you out of the boot?
No, I'm in the boot still non-weight bearing ish.
You're doing the heel taps. Don't low line us.
No, I'll be fully transparent. Like they put me in this boot. Like sometimes I do just like I walk across the room. I mean, I'm not walking a big distance, but like it don't hurt. Like it don't. So I guess that's part of the problem is I'm not feeling any discomfort really. So I don't know
because of the boot.
Maybe. But even like when I sometimes if I don't have the boot on and I just like go to the bathroom or something real quick, I don't like I'm not obviously I can't go to Ball Hill, but yeah, I know I shouldn't be, Chris. I know. Can we get off this so I don't incriminate myself?
You said ain't nobody gonna listen to you.
I wasn't supposed to do that. I was saying you should be saying that. That's all I was saying. Listen,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You got to get up sometimes.
I mean, sometimes you can incriminate. So, Los, tell me about the time you shot that guy.
It was a jump shot, is what happened. See, it went up and over. See,
stop giving them bail, Chris.
Doesn't matter because
I can't say it in my lyrics.
Exactly.
Incriminate me then.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Make sure y'all listen to Fist Kicks and Flicks this week. They're doing Cobra Kai episodes 4, 5, and 6. Make sure you guys listen to Inside Scoop. I think Alex is back this week. Make sure y'all keep him in your prayers. He's going through some family stuff. So other than that, I think that we are done. Unless you guys got anything.
Nope. We said that like 5 minutes ago. We good.
Really? You sure you're
No, we got nothing.
Hey, it's 6-6, man. You guys heard me watch them Cowboys.
The Cowboys and Giants. I can't wait to get home to watch that.
I know. You got to watch the best team in the NFC East.
Who?
The Giants are the best team in the NFC East. They undefeated, baby. Ain't nobody beat him yet.
Yeah, y'all. Until next time.
I knew that was
Patreon. We're sponsored by Virtual Fight Tour. We love
yes.
y'all.
Make sure y'all go ahead and get y'all go on. Make sure y'all don't forget about Virtual Fight Tour in 3 weeks in Bristol.
America versus Europe. Let's get it.
Exactly. See y'all later.